Thank you, and welcome to the final day of the WePlay Underlords Tournament. My name is Sunset, joined by Joel Larson, GG at Twitter.com. Let's get into the game. It started already. There we go. Nice and calm. Get to begin this day
good way,
with BBG on top.
Good tune to start off with.
Thank you, friend. I know you love my voice.
Yeah. Speaking of BBG on top, he hasn't really been on top for quite some time now.
Yes, I've been very surprised, actually. Of course, the patch might have something to do with that. This is a one of those patches that feels like it just turns everything upside down, for good or for worse, depending on each respective player. And for him, it just has not worked out so far.
Although now he has had some time to prepare.
Yes.
If you compare with yesterday, it's a good old 12 hours or so. So
that's
maybe
12
he
hours
can come back.
Did he get any sleep?
I guesstimated that somewhat.
I'm sure he direct messaged you his exact sleep pattern. He sent you his sleep app to make sure that he's sleeping properly and that you can.
You do, right? So why wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
So what are people starting with? Two tinies, two race. Oh, all these primordials.
Yeah.
You know what? I had an interesting game today, so I played a lot in this patch because I thought I kind of liked it.
Yep.
And there was a primordial player went for primordial summoning stone with 3 assassins, Queen of Pain and a third. Yeah, it was very good actually. So maybe we're gonna see that, but probably not.
Well, BBG is gonna get his level 2 tiny right off the bat, and looks like Tusk 2 is also picked up by who was that?
Ooh, look at
an
Shmell.
Axe 2 maybe.
Axe 2 with an Axe 1. That's an amazing start.
Yes. He actually gets the Helm of the Undying as well.
Wow, that's early. We also see 2 Fall from Grace. So pretty big deal. Not the best in Savages, however, but we'll see if he develops his setup into something else.
I mean, I know before this patch, or I shouldn't say this patch, a couple patches ago at this point, getting Fall from Grace, it feels like, well, I need to go Knights almost every time. And that's still really good because you can easily get to 4, even sometimes 6 if you want to force it. But with Lycan being a hunter now, and being Savage, of course, and being human, I think even just getting like a second human or Heartless just to get the 2.
That is 100% true. If we get the Savages plan, you usually have Venomancer, which is a Warlock, and then you can get Necrophos pretty easily. Together with Lycan, that's your Heartless, and minus armor for all of your small critters and summon units are actually
small critters. I like that.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very strong. We're going to see Summoning Stone picked up by both snofe and YCA, who also has the Fall from Grace.
Very nice start for both of them. One going Primordials, the other one Savages. So very good with Summoning Stone for them. Indeed. We also see 2 Brawler players, I believe.
Is snofe one of them?
I didn't get to see, but let's have a look.
We'll take a look after this. I don't want to miss any action.
No.
Joel.
I mean, clearly after this very, at this point, interesting round.
Very. I mean, yeah, the earlier rounds can be a little bit mundane, of course, but it kind of paints a picture. That's the whole idea of the cast, right? Because once you get to a certain point, then it starts taking off.
That's true.
And if you haven't painted that picture, it's going to look real ugly. You know? So snofe, where's he at? Right here.
No,
he dropped.
He's a Primordial Batrider player, so kind of a wonky start. Knights and Primordials not working that well together because none of the Primordials actually go well with other Knights, I think. There's no real synergy there at all.
Is this one of those situations where he's just not getting those brawny boys? Because it feels... Actually, maybe he switched it up after yesterday, right? Because he was winning with it pretty much every time, or second place at the very worst. And then the last game of the day, I believe he got... Was it 8th? He was out really early.
Yeah, he didn't do too well. There were 2 other brawny boys in that game, and if it feels like people catched on and he saw this game... a few other players went for brownies, then he maybe doesn't want to touch it.
Right.
And then again, I mean, maybe he just didn't get any. There's that possibility.
We can easily look at his shop here. Let's see if he passes one up, because the entirety of the tournament, it feels like he has not passed up a brownie, or a hunter, for that matter.
That's true. That's true. But it is quite elementary that you get him early, I feel like.
Indeed.
Double Tusk.
Looks like he'll finish off this Tusk too.
Very nice that he got the win here, because he probably wanted to save his puck to finish this Tusk. So he gets a little bit extra power level here in the early game.
See, if this was the old patch, I wouldn't care what was on my board. If I have this Summoning Stone, Veno will be bought 100%.
True.
But doesn't scale as well anymore into the late game.
And it does have those eidolons. I mean, every primordial actually counts for another
that's true.
summoned unit.
Yeah, those. I think a lot of people were pretty underwhelmed by that addition to the Alliance.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're going to go on a rampage and destroy everybody, but they are very annoying, and they can sometimes soak up enough damage for you to win the round. That's happened to many people we've seen so far.
Definitely. And as I was talking about previously, I played against a player who got a very early Arc Warden. All of a sudden, he had 4 Primordials, and then each island had 70-50 health. That was as much as my level 1 Tinker.
Well,
no joke.
That sounds like your lineup was more just awful.
That is also true, but not part of the point.
Thank you, Joel. I really appreciate it. You can follow him at twitter.com/JoelLarsonGG. Chaos Knight level 2 for YCA4. We'll take a look at his board after
The Summon Mirror.
This. Yeah, it is a Summon War indeed. All right, YCA. He had a great day yesterday for the most part. On a losing streak right now, but does have CK2. The panel talked about how perhaps you'd see a little bit less Knights, which I agree with, but that could open it up for somebody to completely dominate with them.
Right. Most other strategies, I wouldn't say most other, but there's a lot of other strategies that have been figured out by now, except for Knights that have kind of come out of top. So that means we're not going to see 3 Knights anymore. 3 players going Knights. And which also means that Knights are all of a sudden pretty tier 1 if there's only 1 player, right?
Yeah, they're very, very strong still.
After this, I want to have a look at Shmell because he has an amazing start for going Hunters.
Sure.
We'll see in a second.
Yeah, we got some early level Druids for YCA. These are obviously not very strong right now until Enchantress gets to level 2, but he will easily clean up Chow Knives this time around.
I think he already has Enchantress level 2 actually. Just looking for that second Druid.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, I didn't see the tree. He just died too fast.
Tree is would be a very good unit to get to level 2.
Look at that Shmell lineup.
All right, Shmell, let's see what you got, buddy. So we're working with some Heartless and Warriors.
Right.
And Helm of the Undying on your personal favorite unit, the Slardar.
Yeah, I love Slardar. I think he scales very well, no pun intended, into the late game.
That's pretty good.
Does pretty well for himself in the early game, especially if you have Warriors. That usually lacks damage. Corrosive Haze kind of fixes that. Also works well with either Medusa or Tiny Hunter. Look at the start. You have these are the 3 perfect Warriors for Hunters early game. And the issue with Hunters is that, sure, they're very powerful later in the game, but early, they don't really have a good front line, and now you have that fixed already. And not only is that the case, but your items are amazing for the start.
Not only that, but he's able to only go out with 4 units, so he hasn't leveled up. Yeah. He's at 20 gold.
Very nice.
Obviously, he'll pick up some units here, but this is an extremely good start for Shmell.
Yeah, this Slardar 2 is just very hard to beat. In this matchup, it's going to completely take over. Every unit that gets Corrosive Haze will die within 3 seconds or whatnot.
Yeah. And that's in addition to the Heartless that's already occurring for this lineup.
Exactly. So that's what how much does he give on level 1?
Minus 500,000, I think.
Something like that.
It's an instant kill. Of course, we talked about this yesterday. One of the unique things about Slardar is he does have a smaller mana capacity than a lot of heroes. He's at 75, and Axe is at 50, so this is 2 of the rare heroes, if you will, in that department. He's able to get off their abilities relatively quickly.
Very much so.
And Pudge, I would say, I'm pretty sure, actually, I'd have to look this up. For a 2-cost unit, for sure, he has the most HP, though.
I think so, yeah.
And as a level 3 unit, if you're ever able to get him.
Yeah.
If there's a Slark on the enemy team, then you're kind of sad because that's free cannon fodder for him, but still, powerful in his own right.
Pudge is exactly what he looks like. A big, fat wall of meat.
Yes.
He doesn't deal a lot of damage, but he can tank.
And he's just fine being the way he is. Don't judge him.
No judging. Ooh, we use us as a Dragon Knight already. Holy smokes.
I'll have to take a look at that then after this. So Shmell, for all intents and purposes, is obviously off to a great start. And I don't really expect that to change anytime soon.
No.
Not that his streak isn't going to be broken, but he's still set up really well for getting up to 50 gold and taking off from there.
The important part also with the items that these items are great on your front line. And later in the game, you really want the items that are good for your backline. And they're usually the higher tier ones as well, tier 3, tier 4. So set up in every way possible.
All right. Let's go back to YCA. Said he has an early DK.
Yep.
No activator, but it is 2 Knights for now. And like we talked about with Fall from Grace, that's always something that's in the back of your mind with all the humans and the Heartless that alliance comes with. Makes a lot of sense.
For sure, for sure.
But he's splashing quite a bit here.
Yeah, we're going in many different compartments. Luckily, all of the Savages that we see right now, including the Druid, they all sell for full retail later. So if he wants to transition into Knights or something else, he can very easily do that. That's where Druids are quite good early, because they can make you stay healthy early and then be sold for the full value.
Actually sold his Drow just to get to the next interest point.
Sounds good. I don't think he's looking to play in the Hunters real time soon.
Yeah, this is like a temporary unit just to activate this, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
This feels like one of those games where you get the early DK. At least this is what happens. Actually, I should rephrase this. For you, it probably occurs the opposite way, but I get an early DK, and he never shows up again. Right? It's just a huge bait.
Yeah.
And for you, sir?
It's happened to me many a times, but I usually don't swallow it.
I see. I see. All right, well, the creep round is over. Let's see what kind of items that we get. Of course, there could be some more Fall from Graces. We have 0 smugglers right now. I think that's the first time we've seen that in this, I want to say the entire tournament.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. We're going to see if we find one here, but it doesn't seem like it, yeah.
So we have 2 Aegises right now.
2 Summoners, 2 Fall from Grace, some of the best global items.
2 Helm of the Undyings for Shmell.
Nice, yeah. Shmell only looking for another Hunter to complete his 3 Hunters here.
Yeah. Yeah, these are really. This is really good on Lycan, because he will almost certainly be able to get off his wolves.
Especially if you have another Savage, so you can keep on triggering the bleed. It's very nice. What else? Any other interesting setups? What happened to the Primordials? Seems like snofe didn't really find any good upgrades in a long time, so he's on a lose streak right now, unfortunately for him.
Still have the couple Knights coupled with the Savage units.
Yeah.
For
this
YCA.
is the thing with Slardar, is that Druids are usually very good at Hunters because you just out-heal their damage. But when you give a unit corrosive haste, he just dies in seconds. It doesn't matter if there's tenacious attendance. But it seems like it's not going to be enough against Chaos Knight and Dragon Knight. Wow. So Shmell losing is losing. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, finally we'll lose one.
Yeah. Other players must be applauding Usach for his bravery in battle,
no, taking down a look at MeNoHaxor boss. Is the that's true. MeNoHaxor, the only current win streak on the board.
Not only is he a win streak, but he has 40 gold.
Oh wow, you're right. Okay. Yeah. That is nice. Oh, can you resist the temptation, my friend? This doesn't synergize at all with his lineup, but I mean, we have seen how ridiculous this unit is. I know if this was you, Joel, you would sell everything on the board. Doesn't matter about win streak and pick these bad boys up.
I mean, you saw me this morning playing this exact combination, right? Savages and Terrorblade. Yeah,
that's true. You can make. That's the cool thing about Terrorblade now. It can fit in almost anything. It feels like.
Very efficient unit. I think I'm gonna make a bold statement, but I'm pretty sure it's the correct answer. Terrorblade is the new Shadow Fiend. You heard it here first.
Yeah. So, AKA the best unit in the game, essentially.
Exactly.
I can't disagree with you, honestly. As a 3 cost...
As much as you would have wanted to.
I mean, every fiber of my being wants to disagree with you, but then I know I'd just be an idiot for doing so. So I'm going to avoid...
Right.
I'm going to avoid that completely.
What else? Ooh, it seems like snofe is going for Lina, so...
Joseph going for Elusive here again.
Very nice. There's actually not another Elusive player on the entire board, it seems like.
Yeah, this could be a very good opportunity for him.
And he also has a Slart there in on his bench, so...
Could go for the three assassins.
Very nice,
Once he gets those up. Okay,
yeah,
I'm digging this.
He's set up well for the mid game. If he gets to level 7 and finds the 6 Elusives, it's looking real good for him.
Well, he's going to be facing some assassins right now with a scrappy Inventor frontline in 4he.
Yeah.
But AIM is going to do a pretty good job here, it looks like.
Yeah, all these assassins are just level 1, and I mean, there's a level 1 bounty hunter, it doesn't do much of anything, so it's going to be pretty close, I think. The scrappy buff is very good against Elusive early because they don't have a lot of damage, but with this many 1-star units, it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah. So it has 4 Elusives out at the moment.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what do you think about the current Elusive meta, if you will? Do you go to 6 and just think about at some point, maybe I can get to 9, but I don't really need to commit? Or is this a game where nobody else is going elusive? I should 100% try to get these 9 elusives going.
I should 100% get into this 9 elusives and get a 10th carry for sure. Played a few games with elusives, and I did do pretty poorly in one of the games, but the others are won. And I mean, when you're alone on these bad boys, they're pretty hard to stop, honestly.
Yeah. And that's
pretty hard to catch, even.
That's the beauty of the scoreboard that, of course, wasn't available well, a couple months ago at this point, I suppose. But being able to just see everybody's composition and planning accordingly, as opposed to just pigeonholing yourself to a strategy beforehand, which, again, at this level wouldn't happen anyway. Well, unless you're snofe, but you still win anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that change.
You could click around on every name, but it took some time, for sure. I guess Shadowfiend could also be a carry. It doesn't go too well with other strategies, so probably ill-advised, but still a powerful unit early game.
Indeed. I mean, he could still run into a Terrorblade, like this one that just...
And there he goes. Yeah, instantly buys it.
Now, is anybody else going demons is the question.
This Lone Druid is real nice. It actually makes him able to go to 7 pretty easily here. Yeah, puts in the second... I mean, increases... Even though Terrorblade is at level 1, he increases the damage of enemies so much, so it's still worth it, I feel like.
This is going to be an interesting round. He has a lot that he would want to buy here, or these 2 units at the very least.
Yeah,
okay, ends up selling something here, it looks like.
I think he wants to sell Shadowfiend also. He probably will flood the board, and if he doesn't find an upgrade, I think he's going to sell Shadowfiend.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, I think Joseph is very well set up for the late game. He has a comp that he's alone in, a comp he's very comfortable with. I mean, he did kind of introduce it into the metagame yesterday.
Yeah.
And Shmell looking very good as well. Usach, of course, has that early Dragonite. And he's the only Knight player. So big fan of that, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be keeping an eye. This is actually a very cool game to look at because there's a lot of strategies that no one else is going for.
Yeah.
So even though this is going to be a small sample size in the end, we'll see which composition ends up being more powerful.
That is true. Actually, a lot of tier 1 strategies, they're all, uncontested. So very cool. It's going to be kind of the clash of the titans, if you will.
BBG finishing a sniper too. Is he going hunters as well? So 2 people going hunters right now.
Yeah, unfortunate for Shmell because both of the lineups look very similar.
Bounty 3. Goodness.
Wow.
Chow knives.
That's early. That's almost Panda early.
Too. Yeah. Anybody that doesn't know, Panda is probably the luckiest person alive. Hits every single thing that he needs in every single game.
He found a pack this morning with 5 anti-mages. I'm not even joking. And then he had anti-mage free by round 10. He didn't even roll.
If Joel Larson thinks that somebody's lucky, then you know something is wrong. Good Lord. Looks like Joseph will fall to this hunter lineup, BBG.
Yeah.
Able to take him out. Of course, we're still running with less than 6 at 3 right now.
I feel like this is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's part of the plan to lose, but with Elusives getting 3 rerolls to get your units before you level is actually quite good. So you're very much fine losing in the early game. I mean, sure, you would rather be winning, but look at that. Didn't actually buy the animation.
Yeah, he did not buy the AM. I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe too much on his bench, and he's just undecided on what that one unit will be. I mean, Terrorblade is what we're assuming, but if he never finds it, he could position himself out, potentially. No?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay. I mean. No. You go for Terrorblade no matter what.
How dare you?
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you, honestly.
Also very surprised we don't see that Phantom Assassin in play. I mean...
Yeah.
Very surprising. But, I mean, we'll see Phantom Assassin soon. There was not a lot of time there to put in and fix your lineup. Maybe chooses to spend his time thinking about what he should do next instead of hurrying to min-max everything. It seems like it's going to be fine either way with that. Yeah, I mean, that level 2 treat was just huge for the Lone Druid. It's going to carry him for a while, I think.
I mean, how long do you... Lone Druid ends up not working out in the long term for this lineup, right?
Yeah. This is just a 4-cost unit. That's kind of 3, and then you can sell it whenever you want for the full value.
That's now.
Yeah. I mean, here we have it.
6 elusives on board. Yeah. And it begins.
Yeah, and it sells tiny. 6 elusives, Terrorblade. We've seen this before. Very good mid-game composition. Actually, it doesn't even have some of the worst units. I think Loon is one of the worst units early, so is Puck. So very well set up, even in the mid game.
Let's take a look at Snofe here with a pretty early mage build. And he is streaking right now, in fact. And I honestly can't remember the last time he was not playing Brawny Hunter. So this will be exciting to see how this shapes up for him.
Yeah.
This is something you can easily transition into, as you can see, the Vipers here as well. That DK is probably on his list of units that he will want to pick up.
This is literally, and I'm going to use literally the strategy that I played this morning. With the 4 Primordials, Viper being one of the assassins, together with Morphling and Quinupane. And then you enable Puck with Viper, so you actually play 2 dragons as well.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you play Dragon Knight in addition later, or?
I don't know.
It just depends.
I lost too early to get to see that.
Okay, that doesn't bode too well. But
I mean, I didn't play myself. I played against it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I see.
So it's really looking for Arc Warden. Does he have Summoning Stone as well? I think it does, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the tier 2 islands are pretty good, actually.
Yeah, quite solid. All right, this is a very cool lineup. I like it.
Yeah.
And of course, this is the new Lina 2, now a 2 cost, but same stats and everything.
We're a fan of this one, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Fan. The Viper tank.
Viper, got some corrosive skin action going on.
Yeah.
Was that 50% magic resist, I want to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that he just put it in last second and he's playing against a full magic damage lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that tank you dragon.
Let's see how much damage he's actually doing. All right. Absolutely destroys here. So Viper, this is between both Viper Strike and Corrosive Skin. I can only assume that Viper Strike is most of this, but...
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
What's happening with 4H? He has 6 in HP. What's going on?
Let's see. Going for the... this is a somewhat similar strategy, but more focusing on scrappies into mages. I mean, this lineup doesn't really look that bad, honestly. He's just getting online a little bit too late, perhaps. Does have Aegis, so doesn't have to super panic yet.
I feel like Scrappies is kind of a tier 2 lineup, but it fits in certain metagames. But if everybody's uncontested on their own lineup and people are not fighting about the tier 1 kind of lineups or crews, if you will, they don't look that amazing, honestly.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of them just don't end up doing anything. It feels like these guys are just super tanky early, and then what do you do later? Like the mages they've worked in the past, but it feels a little bit inconsistent right now, maybe. Right.
I mean, you need a lot of things. You need high level to be able to get Tekis, so you can get the rank 2 on your Inventor alliance. So you deal the full damage with the mage buff. And you also need to level up a lot of your scrappies to 3-star, especially Clockwork and Tinker. So there's a lot of things you gotta kind of make happen. And 4HE is not having the best economy right now to do that. So
yeah, he just used a chunk of his gold to level up here, so he's going to roll into level 8, and I think you can expect him to go relatively all in as we start to look at some more items here. Ristul, or Dawning of Ristul, picked up by Snofe.
It's actually also contested by another scrappy player, so you can see them both in last place, Shadow Knives and 4HE.
They're both screwing each other, is what you're trying to say?
Pun very much intended. Oh, look at Shmell. He has a tied 2 now. Is he 6?
Whoa, double poaching knife. Oh my goodness.
He's actually 1 warrior away from 6 warriors also.
That's a new effect. Oh, very sexy. BBG's been playing quite a bit. I was wondering what that teleport effect was in the compendium, or the battle pass, I should say.
Oh, look at this.
That looks really cool.
This just bursted through BBG's unit.
Indeed. All right, so he actually did not go completely all in like I was expecting, so feeling pretty confident with that Aegis and wants to try to min-max as much as possible.
Right, so that's basically what Aegis does. It gives you that security net, so you don't have to spend money to a certain extent, meaning if you're not doing well, it's going to be worth some amount of money.
Snofe picks a Tiny 3 and a Morphling 3 and Razor. What? Snofe!
What a turn.
Are you kidding me?
Almost Queen of Pain 3. Look at this. This is the lineup that I saw this morning. He goes up to 8 and he finds Arc Warden. This is beautiful.
Oh my god.
I did not think I was going to see this when I talked about it this earlier. Very cool.
So, of course, has the dragon bonus with these 2 bad boys. You don't see that very often with no Dragon Knight, of course.
This seems like to be the newest thing in the metagame. Not sure how good it is, but I mean, it looks pretty good.
We didn't see the effect this time for BBG.
You know what's good about this lineup? None of the units are contested, almost whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that on all the 3-stars. Nobody wants Morphling. Nobody wants Razor anymore. I mean, even Tiny. Tiny's an amazing unit, but it doesn't really fit into any combination. You usually get him to 2-star, and then you kind of sell it off when you need to enable all your alliances.
Keeping an eye on Forhe on this board. He ends up winning, so power spiked a little bit here and then used some of his gold. We can head back there.
Level 6 MeNoHaxor. What's going on there?
Which one?
MeNoHaxor is level 6 right now.
Whoa. He's got a lot of level 3s.
Yeah, but I mean, level 3 Venomancer is not what it was.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We've definitely established that. BBG just took a big chunk to his face. He's 1 off of 6 hunters. Who's he looking for? Well, he has Mirana on the bench. Is he trying to get to the next level? Oh, he's only level 7. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense then.
It also has 1...
Has Aegis.
Yeah, 1 away from Fall from Grace. From the 4 Heartless.
I mean, how would you get that and the 6 hunter,
it's
though?
hard, yeah. You kind of have to choose.
I would probably go for the 6 hunters. I don't know about you.
I don't know. 3 warriors, get Kunkka in there. It's pretty close. But then again, he has Windrider 3 and Drow 3, so probably warriors. I mean, hunters are better. I mean...
He's going against Chow Knives right now. He's not doing so hot. Of course, he still has Aegis, so it doesn't have to go super all in quite yet. We'll take a little bit of damage here. I don't think that's enough to actually pop him. We'll take a gander, though. Yeah,
and given where he is on the scoreboard, I think he needs to take a bit of a risk here if he wants to get to that big bucks.
A risk in what way? Like, just go all in right now?
No, saving as money as long as possible, and then at the last second you all in and hope you don't lose another game.
I see.
Or at least try to get to top 4.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of people are put in this position where they're very low HP. Of course, they do have the safety net, like you've said. It means he's not going to die next round, and he can get to the creep round, so he can take advantage of that as much as possible, as he will go 6 hunters for now. But
yeah, went up to 8.
Oh, he actually did go up to 8. Okay, wow. That's a little surprising, actually.
BBG also leveled up.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah,
he
sorry.
just leveled up, yeah.
I think it was 4H. Somebody else leveled up. Either way.
Now we're going to see 6 hunters. Maybe? Oh, my.
You're going to see Elusives.
Yep. Doing decent on the back line, at least, for now. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Joseph
Slark
is level
disarmed.
8 now. So he's going for... this. That's very interesting, going for the Slark instead of Terrorblade. But maybe he hasn't found Terrorblade 2 yet, and he kind of wants to keep that...
Who's this?
Lone Druid around. Joseph. His opponent.
Oh, yeah. He still has level 1s on each side.
Yeah, really looking for that. But he also wants to level up. I mean, he has the Elusives ready to go. He's
the highest HP in the game, but at 48, it's not that big of an advantage, especially considering how much damage people take now.
It's true. It's very true. Dragonite 2 for Usaj. Wow. That's early for round 25, I think.
Definitely.
If you haven't had, like, a ridiculous win streak. So this is the
5 nights for him. Mask of Madness on Luna. Missing Batrider right now. I'm not sure if he even... Does he stick with...
I assume he's flooded the board. I assume that Wind Ranger shouldn't be there. Doesn't seem to be fitting the Knight puck combination.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Yeah. Or maybe he just doesn't have anything else to put in. He is out of gold after all.
BBG is hoping for what here? I would say Daedalus is on towards the top of the list because of the crit. Being able to go through evasion.
Exactly.
Anything else that you think would help a lot?
I mean, there's got to be some kind of DPS item. We talked about this already, but his frontline is kind of well set up already. He would really want another warrior, though, like a Kunkka. That would be big, but you can't get a Kunkka from round 25. You
can't get a Kunkka from the item shop?
No, that
would be nice. You sell an item for a hero. Even trade. I don't mind that.
I mean, he needs a level also, so looking kind of bleak for him here, honestly.
Yeah, well, it gets Basher. That is, I mean, if you're going to use this on anybody, it would be a hunter, but kind of an underwhelming item. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
Yeah, it's not fantastic. I thought it would be better than it actually is. I actually think I should put Mirana in his backline again next to Drow Ranger and put that on Mirana.
A level 1 Mirana.
Although, in the way that Mirana is positioned, maybe there's a good chance she will take some damage and then leap to the backline next to Drow. Maybe that's his plan. That would be some next level play right there.
BBG next level as Shmell gets a Beastmaster 3 on his board. The rich get richer.
Oh, no, wrong way.
All right, and she just gets decimated in the corner.
Also stunned the worst unit you could stun. Crystal Maiden doesn't care about being stunned. Her aura still works, of course.
And this will be the Aegis. And BBG with only 9 gold. I don't see any like crazy power spike that could get him out of this. So we're just going to assume
maybe he can sell his bench and go to 9 and find like a Kanka for the 4 Fartless. Something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. But it's a very sad day when you can't go for Sniper 3 anymore.
And we're going to look at 4He's board right now. Has the Bracers of Desperation on Tinker.
Also going double Dragon with Viper and Puck. Very interesting.
Who? Oh, sorry.
Player we're looking at right now.
Whenever you say Dragon, I'd look for Dragon Knight. I'm like, So 2 people doing that. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Tiny 3 on B. Who was that?
Yeah, it's the second Tiny 3. He had 2 Tinies on the bench for quite a while and finally found it.
That's a lot of level 3s right now. Working with a lot of Aegises as well, but of course BBGs. This is a bug, guys. In the scoreboard, this is not active right now, so he could go out as we speak. As 4He will be facing Chow Knives. He has an Aegis intact, so he cannot die here. This is the same player, I believe, that destroyed BBG on the last board.
Braces of Desperation on Lich, though. Quite potent.
Yeah, that's that's pretty good.
Didn't even have to use it.
Pretty good. All right, let's look at BBG, who might be going out here.
Yep.
And it looks like he will get 8th place. So another, just to echo what we've kind of talked about before, a player that many thought, myself included, would be a top contender, but just not doing super well on this patch for whatever reason.
Joseph went up to 10.
All right, let's take a gander.
Yeah.
He is at 10, so that's 9 elusives.
Much like the panel was talking about, and we were kind of discussing in a new elusive meta of the cast, is that Slark is kind of next level.
But it's only level 2. Does that matter?
Yeah, there is a reason why he's keeping these Terrorblades. It's mostly because there's not another elusive player in this game. So I think I would prefer Terrorblade 2 because it also makes animation, of course, much better. Also, he doesn't really have a good item for Slark. I mean, there's no Mask of Menace really to be seen, so...
I mean, Helm of the Undying is not the worst, but yeah, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, it's barely comparable to good old Mask.
Well, Shadow's going to get taken out really early.
This is a scrappy player with CM. It's a lot of magic damage, and you don't have to hit your target so you get your spells off.
Yeah.
So this is a hard matchup, but Joseph is quite a lot ahead, so it might be enough anyways.
Buff Scrappies.
Yeah.
Yeah, on paper, I definitely agree, but obviously not working out here.
Yeah, Chow Knife is basically at the bottom here in comparison. Wait, actually Chow Knife says it's pretty healthy. Maybe I was mistaken him for something else.
MeNoHaxor just got taken out, so he got 7th place this game. As we can start to look towards the bottom of the board, so we don't miss any quote-unquote kills. Aegis is consumed for 4He. YCA still has his, so we'll stick with 4He for the time being. Queen of Pain 3 for Snofe. How many level 3s does he have now? It's half his roster, no big deal.
See how much he has reclaimed this position here.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And without the brawny hunters that we've seen the whole tournament, that's...
Doesn't seem to have found the Arc Warden either. Maybe he found the Coddle instead and went for that. I mean, also pretty good with his 3 mages.
And 4He in potential trouble here if he gets taken out in this fight. Will most likely die. Up against the level 3 Tiny that we kind of just discussed.
Level 3 co-op.
Pretty close. The big toss, though, and I don't think Crystal Maid can take this.
No.
Although it is a level 3 unit, so that's going to be 3... But I think that's exact lethal, if I'm not mistaken.
It's not 5?
I think it's exactly 6.
30. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And he's taken out. So 4He gets 6th place in this match. As we can transition to somebody else now.
I'm loving Snofe's matchup setup. I could look at him all game, honestly.
All right, let's look at him so you can enjoy this for yourself.
Yeah, if he levels up to 9 and finds Arc Warden with that Somni Sun, what a team.
He would need level 2 Arc Warden. I mean, would it be worth to put it in right away? I mean, I guess you do have 4 mages, so you can get rid of...
Yeah, another way you could go about this is actually cutting maybe Viper for the Dragon buff. Go up to 9 and find 6 mages. It's pretty good with Co-op 3 and Morphling 3. They deal a lot of AoE magic damage.
That's true.
So does Tiny, I mean, honestly.
Yeah. How much damage is this? 300 damage, AoE? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. But then you lose phase shift for Puck if you get rid of Viper. Everyone's favorite creeps, the Thunderhides, who miraculously heal to full HP at random moments in time. And of course, with any of these mage lineups, they're going to have trouble with a lot of these creeps going forward, as more magic resistance is... I don't know if these have magic resistance, actually. Do
No
they?
idea.
I know that it ramps up. I think the dragon has like 25.
Right.
Like if you ever get to the year beast, it's 75, and Roshan's 100. So good luck.
Oh yeah, they added that 100% very recently, right? To Roshan. I think
As if
so.
that was needed. No one has
Exactly.
seen Roshan in months.
Indeed, indeed.
Ooh, Chow Knives has... Okay, we're watching him now. He has 6 Scrappies with Techies.
Very cool.
Has 4 Inventors. No Gyro, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's a classic setup. 2 Warlocks together with Alchem, of course, and Disruptor, kind of locking people down because Scrappies, they don't have a lot of CC. And
He's definitely missing this,
CM.
though, level 3.
Yeah,
Big time.
It's big. Both for Clock and Tinker, honestly. Missing 1 more Clock for the level 3.
Oh, he's selling stuff. Oh, there's Tinker again.
Yeah, he
He's
really
so far
tried to
away,
find the Clock 3 there,
Yeah.
or Alk 2.
All right, he does have Aegis, so not in jeopardy of dying as of yet. Ooh, Disruptor ult baited onto Puck. That's a pretty big deal. See if it matters in the end, though. Timbersaw is a beast, so
Yeah,
it looks
and
like
so
he
is
might be okay.
Dragonite.
The Techies bomb is pretty garbage here in the corner, though.
No, it seems like it's enough. Or is it? This is a Mask of Madness Luna.
That might be enough to take out
Not
this
bouncing
board.
any glaives though.
It's
And
gonna
here
be
the rock is
close.
gonna come. It's gonna be close. Oh!
All right.
Yeah, baby. That's
Everyone
what I'm talking
dies.
about.
That's what we all want to see, right?
Yeah, it's sadistic.
Sadistic bastard. So 5 health still intact, and of course
Ooh.
Aegis in addition to that.
Joseph actually lost.
Ooh.
I didn't see that coming, but Shmell went up to level 9. Ugh.
Is this Shadowfiend ever coming in here?
I don't know. I don't think so, honestly.
You might just sell this and take the Alk.
I think Shadowfiend is worse than every other
There we go.
yeah, Warlock that he has currently.
And isn't able to find that clockwork, which he so desperately wants.
Oh. Usage finding Abaddon 3. Abaddon 3 is going to be real nice against these pretty burst-heavy lineups that we see on the other players.
That's our favorite knight now that's level 3.
Nah, I still like Luna better.
Who?
Luna?
Oh, that's what I mean. The front line, of course. Luna's
Oh,
gonna be better. Okay, this is not even close. Oh dear. John Ives' Aegis will be expended here.
What do we see there? Is it an Arc Warden? Yes, it is.
For who?
Look at the screen.
Huh?
It's right there.
Oh,
right
oh
in front
dear.
of you.
Oh dear. YCA versus Snofe.
Here we go. It's the triple assassin for primordial 3 mage lineup.
All right, that is pretty dirty. You talked about that. So we have YCA taken out, so that leaves 4 remaining members, as Snofe himself is looking damn good.
Yeah, what about Shmell? What is he at? He's been streaking. Found a troll, actually.
Yeah, the double poaching knife, double helm of the undying.
I think this is 6 warriors, right? And 3 hunters? 4 bronies?
Yeah, 4 brawny. Let's see how
This
much
is
HP we
crazy.
got here.
What's
Level
going
3
on here?
Beastmaster with, it's only 21 kills, not the craziest. 1 kill on Disruptor.
Seems like he transitioned kind of all around. He went into 6 warriors, 4 brownies, 2 warlocks, 2 heartless, 2 scaled.
Look at this,
Wasn't he
40.
doing hunters previously?
Yeah, I
cool.
think so. I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
47 kills on Axe, by the way, is the leader of the pack.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if a unit is stunned, they can't evade, correct?
I don't know in this game.
Because I'm pretty sure that whenever I summon the Wild Wings,
Oh,
they
right.
can evade.
Yeah.
So I
That
think
makes sense.
6 warriors, because they have so much crowd control with like a potential Kanka Tide, can actually be a good way to beat both burst damage, of course, because they have a lot of world health, especially with the 4 brownies, but also Joseph with his elusives. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
As it looks like Chow Knives was defeated here, so he will be taken out and get 4th place finish, and with down to 3 players, my friend. Joseph has
going up
dropped.
to 10. Schnoff went up to 10.
All right, let's take a look at all these boards now. Got 4 level 3. This board looks so pretty, but still only the level 1 Arc Warden.
Yeah.
Hasn't been able to find any additional ones, unfortunately, for him. Joseph did find the Terrorblade 2 eventually, right? So the Stark went bye-bye.
It took a while.
Yeah. Still working on some more on his bench.
Still has Aegis also, so he doesn't have to
Does
burn
he,
through
though?
his gold.
Okay, he does.
Yeah. I mean, it's been leading all game.
All right, let's see. We got Joseph versus snofe. This is the ghost of snofe, but it could theoretically take him out if he doesn't do well here.
This is a really good setup against Elusives. There's just so much magic damage, and most of them, they don't need a lot of actual mana to get off their spells, except for
easy win for snofe. That's going to be the Aegis. We'll go on to the other board just to see the progress here, as it looks like, or Shmell, I should say, is just racking up kills with these brawny boys.
And here we see what I said about earlier, that these brawny boys, they're getting so much health, so they can live through all the bursts, and they can kind of pick up the scraps, basically.
Right.
And even if you get that punch of free, that's also going to survive through all the bursts.
Would you have taken Arc Warden there just to deny?
No.
No. Okay. Too expensive. I mean, I guess when you're so late in the game and you need every single piece of gold here to try to finish off these pieces. I mean, Jug 3 feels pretty bad still.
I feel like blocking pieces was mostly due to the old legendary meta where you had so much gold and there were so few legendary units.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, spreading out here a little bit. Of course, very, very tanky. So one would think he should be fine.
Dragon's gone.
Yes, indeed. All right, who has money? Right now, Joseph has some money.
Due to the Aegis.
And
which is gone,
so,
it seems like.
Yeah, it got taken out last fight.
Right.
So I want to see what he rolls for.
He actually blocked an Arc Warden. Would you look at that?
Oh, okay. So he did do what I said.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, the big problem for Joseph is that I feel like he's been quite unlucky with his Star Blades at this time, because his economy has been kind of healthy all game. And
this could be something you hold too.
Yeah, sure.
Because there's a troll on another board.
Does he go for that Arc Warden though? Is he going to go for an Arc Warden carry instead?
I doubt it. That feels like
summoning zone, right?
He does, but I mean, Terribly is just better. I don't know.
I mean, I mostly agree.
So he doesn't roll down here. Are you surprised by this?
Yes, a little bit. I think he's going to lose.
Yeah, he's going against Shmell right now. Could have found some potential upgrades. He's still a ways away, I suppose. There's nothing.
Yeah, I guess that's the reason. I mean, I don't know if Luna 2 is going to make a difference, really.
Yeah.
That's like the only unit is close to.
The BKB on Terrible is proving to be really powerful. Evades the Tidehunter Ravage, but Axe is doing some pretty good work here.
How much health does Axe have? He's barely being tickled.
Almost 6k HP.
Look at this Blade Mill.
Beastmaster with 5k.
Look at the damage from Axe with Blade Mill.
Enemy Axe, decent amount. Yeah. He actually does 3k damage. So that is going to be third place for Joseph. So we got a 1v1 Shmell versus snofe. Who do you like here?
Just about to ask. Well, I mean, all these brawny boys and all the warriors, they have so much health against this burst. But
and scaled, mind you.
And he does have scaled also. But I don't know. I think it's going to be close. I think the islands are really good. I think the composition from Snow is very well, like... I don't know.
We're going to see some positioning magic here, as I believe Pudge has the sheep, so Razor's probably going to get sheeped right away.
When he went for buying an Enigma for this matchup, so maybe that could be something to deal potential damage against all these brawny boys. But
it's close.
Nah.
Can't get off his Midnight Pulse. There. Look at this. This is new effects, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, these brawny boys are just too fat at this point, honestly.
Yeah,
this Beastmaster dealing too much damage. Look at all that health.
And I believe Snofe does not have Aegis anymore, so that should do it. As Shmell, very impressive victory for him.
Wow. That was so
I mean, the Brawnies, kind of the taste of Snofe's own medicine in the end. I mean, it's not hunters per se, but you do have a hunter in Beastmaster, I suppose. But
definitely.
And that's a lot of HP, that's a lot of magic resistance, and ends up working out for him.
Sure. I mean, it makes sense with the Brawny Boys. They survive a lot of HP. Beastmaster gets a lot of access off against Elusives, who don't have a lot of damage. And, I mean, it just makes sense against the lineup. Crowd control them, beat them, have health. Very cool.
Shmell gets first place, but Snofe another second. Can anybody do anything about Snofe? Let's find out what the standings look like on the panel.